Hey people, good evening. Happy Sunday. Um, I did make a recording actually on Friday, but funnily it disappeared and I did not know where it went. So here is another day and we are back again. Um, we are, well, preparation for the next week. And the first thing is, of course, to share my screen. It's cold out there, it's dark. Some of the sacrifices you make for staying indoors. But of course, you got to say, grateful for life, grateful for everything we have, and hope everyone's had a good weekend. Look, there's no wealth as a sound mind, some sunshine, of course, good food, and that's what I would say. So first and foremost, again, looking at the cues here, I kind of have a good I get a good gist from starting with the cues. I think last week was a funny one actually because we had, I think it started off as normal, Monday, Tuesday, pardon me, and Wednesday, boom, huge hurrah on the markets. And we did get a look at that, huge sell-off. That was on that was from the 10th, the previous Friday. We weren't really sure, but overall, I think we were a lot higher on the week, if you're going to look at it really. So yeah, well, we haven't really got anywhere really, but I think we're still in the way, in the middle. Okay, so that's that one, and I extended my my line here, and yeah, so we're still not anywhere, but it looks like things are looking a bit positive, a bit more positive. I haven't got a lot to report. I don't want to dive much into macros, but what do I say? I just want to quickly bring us back to the crash of 2000. I think the dot-com bubble when I think Nasdaq crashed 78%, and the market did not return for another 18 years, I think thereabout. So I mean, it kind of feels like a blip on the radar because, as you can see here, it's where is it? Oh wow. Time has passed, but yeah, there you go. So yeah, you can see that it's been a long time, but anyway, yeah, but we oh that's 2020. But anyway, I don't want to oh wow, there you go. 2008, 2000, but that was the World Trade Center. But yeah, so we had the crash of the 2000. Oh my goodness. Got it finally. Yeah, so we had a crash of the 2000, and speaking of this crash, the Nasdaq did not retain its level for another 18 years. So I think I'm not here predicting doom, but that's just something to be wary when it comes to the AI. So we've been looking at AI, and with AI, I think what led to the crash. I mean, overall, we're going to go back to that in a minute. What led to the crash? We had so many companies, they're not really generating revenues. One of the name is pets.com, which I remember, pets garden.com, for example, as well. But even though we can say since then, it's actually since gone higher, but again, back to lagging and struggling again. But so similar with AI now, a lot of people are calling for that. I think I've got to say guilty. I am one of those calling for, I think, a bit of a retrace. I think it's gone way more than it should. But who knows? You don't know. You can't time the market perfectly as as an investor or even as a trader. So you got to be careful. I think this earnings season this week, which started about a week, 2 weeks ago, this week is, I think, the most important week of the year, full stop, really. Yes, we still have a government shutdown, unfortunately. So you want to be careful. Make sure your company, whatever company you are in, is generating profit. Revenue is growing. But that's not just that. You might say, yeah, but revenue is growing, profit is growing. What about valuation? Does the valuation still really matter? Valuation matters. So make sure it's not overly valuated. How to calculate that so many ways, but you got to be careful. Don't don't be too concentrated in one sector. These things can blow up in your face. But that's that one anyway. Um, just talked about the pets.com. So yeah, so that's it for night for a good 18 years really. So we don't know how to see the future. We can only learn from the past. Now, apparently before logging on just now, there was something, a headline from BBC. I think there was Israel attacked Gaza one more time. So if you look at crude oil, the market hasn't exactly opened. We had a light bounce on Friday, but I don't make much of it at all. There's been a chat in the group about how, as a result of technology, crude oil has been a lot easier or cheaper to make. We should not expect a bounce, or if we do expect a bounce, it should not stay consistently high. Look, I don't know much about that. I pay attention to the macros, pay attention to what the data is saying, and that's what I see. For now, right now, all I can see that it's weak. When the market or pre-market opens, uh, in a few hours, we shall see the true accurate reflection. There you go. So, what else? What else? What else? Now, let's see. Tick, 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 tick. Right. So let's see. Sorry, getting a bit distracted there. Let's see. Again, GB. I shouldn't really be. We don't know because the market opens now and then everything resets really. But let's look at GU, which is something I have been in. He was almost weak and then got stronger. This I mean, of course, I live in the UK, so of course I am particular about GU, and I've been looking at this for a while now. To be honest, is that it's in the middle of nowhere, so I can't really say anything. It's not giving us any direction. Are you going up? Are you coming down? Or what's going on? I still expect long term a downbeat. So not nowhere to go really. We're trading on autopilot right now. We use the best tools we have. Also the dollar, the Nasdaq, the market was almost crashing because of the tweet from President Trump, but thankfully the dollar was rescued immediately with the tweet or the post on X. And I think over the weekend, a lot more tariffs been taken off. We had Taco Friday, now we got Taco Sunday. So I mean, everybody loves a good market. We know sometimes that retrace is good for the market because it helps push the market further up. Also, we had Bitcoin. Um, how is Bitcoin doing? So far, so good. Bitcoin, a bit of a weakness here, but it's looking like it's trapped right there at the top. So again, all-time high still in the horizon. Again, just be careful. I mean, I pay attention to the crypto because it's a reflection of what's happening in the Nasdaq. So again, but not really a dog in this fight or in this race. Now, this week we do have quite a lot of earnings. Let's just see. I don't know how many we have. Let me just see if I do have any more update before then. Yes, so we do have Netflix, we have Tesla, we have. Let me just post the details of the earnings for this week. It's a lot of companies, the big ones. Right, today's the 19th, and there you go. So if you look at that, and you can see how big this is. Right, so we have 28 companies on Monday, 65 on Tuesday, 113 on Wednesday, 140 on Thursday, 72 on Friday. And that's not even the biggest week, but we do have some heavy names. Look, we've got Intel there, which we should be paying attention to. We have Tesla, we have SAP, we have Netflix, GE. Yeah, so these are mega capitals, PG as well. I mean, if my maths is any good at all, we have 240, 250 to 320, about 400 companies in an approximation. But what are the key interests I'm looking at? To look at earnings, I think is a lot more deeper than the context of this one here. Many people are not expecting much from Tesla, but if you're looking at Tesla, first thing first is, look, Tesla is overall booming now. So I mean, there's so much deeper if I'm going to look at the domains. Earnings more like a 50-50, but I look at a lot more things getting into here. So looking at Tesla is inching back all-time high. Given the weakness of the last weeks in the last week in the market, it doesn't look like Tesla has been very much famed. affected. So it just looks like it's still right there. Okay. Also, there's something I wanted to read here. Okay, let's look at Netflix as well. Oh wow, Netflix. Yep. So I mean, we're still in the very bullish market. Everything just looks straight up there. I think closer to then, I'll be able to read the momentum. Then probably look into the options, look at the flow, see how people are betting, and we can decide. But right now, it's very difficult to give much away. I think whatever happens here transpires to the UK markets as well. And yeah, but overall, generally, I think this week's going to be a bigger week, and we'll just pay attention to it. Also, the week, let's just talk about quickly the commodity, the soft commodity as well last week. Cocoa, I mean, inching on, is it time now for another bounce? It's, playing around the 6,000 mark. I'm not really sure what's going on, but we don't spend all day staying at the market. You got to get more life. There's something I saw from Nicholas Taleb actually this weekend, and I'm just trying to find it here. And this is a just a great quote, really. Might have to make this background white so you can get a feel for what it's saying and what we're talking about the real wealth because it's a weekend and you just have to sometimes take some time out. There you go. And here he's talking about the real wealth, true wealth. What are the true wealth? Worryless sleeping, clear conscience, reciprocal gratitude, genuine sense you did your duty towards the Palestinians and other victims. Apologize, sorry, I didn't realize that. Yeah, of course, you got to do good. So the people. Um, Absence of envy, get a good foamy coffee, crusty bread, trustworthiness, friend, experienced enemies or inexperienced enemies, frequent smiles, no meals alone, nice clothes in evenings and Sunday lunch, no friends with hypochondria, no gym classes, gravel bicycling, good digestive functions, no Zoom meetings, no chronic medication, periodic surprises, nothing to hide, financial and physical tranquility, muscular strength and endurance, ability to nap, and access to hammock. So this is what he said, and this I respect. This is amazing. These are, of course, great quotes here. There's a lot more here. Debt free. This is why we do this. And one of the things which I stress about is because we trade with leverage. I mean, leverage is a good thing if used well, and it could be a failure if you don't use it properly. So, I picked a few things from there. You get a good sleep. How do you get a good sleep? You're not over levered. If you are thinking about your stock, your market, your positions, and you've done it too much, don't take too many positions so that when the market comes down, it's not against you. There's so many things you can grab from that in relation to the markets. And that's just something I picked from there. But anyway, the market goes, we start again on the field with the recaps. Like I said again, I made a video on Friday. Somehow it got disappeared, and I just thought, you know what, let it be. We'll start with the weekend again. And guys, I hope everyone has had an amazing weekend. We'll see on the field again. I mean, I probably will do another recording of a few things I'm looking at. I know it's not recorded here, but I'll probably just put in the group or yeah, make a quick short one anyway, what to look out for. But otherwise, we'll catch you on the field on Monday. And I hope everyone has a good week, good weekend, and yeah, wishing you a well in the new week. Enjoy. Take care. Bye bye.